The network is a game changer for what it is that we're trying to accomplish. But I think in order to answer that question, we have to rewind a little bit and establish why it is that we created this firm. So I am a believer that right now professionals at all levels, and in a previous video I spoke to executive coaching and why I'm not the biggest fan of the term. I think sometimes executive coaching can default to the most senior levels of the organization. But I think professionals at all levels right now need more support. I think that days are busy. I think that the demands of the business have never been greater. And having an outlet, a sounding board, especially somebody from an outside voice, an outside perspective, I think can be very powerful right now. So everything that we're doing at Eels right now is based on real world. So real world support for real world professionals. Everything that we do, everything that I do is based off of my experiences. Military, corporate, small business. My experiences drive the feedback, the advice, the guidance that I give to anyone that I'm working with. But the fact of the matter is that there will be times when I don't have an answer. And it may be because I just don't have that experience. So that's where the network comes in, where we are forming strategic relationships with professionals that we know, professionals that we trust, professionals who have the experiences to give the caliber of feedback that Eels would give. And I'm incredibly excited that when it comes to the network, the first partner coach that we've established a relationship with is a former colleague of mine from a decade plus ago, and Nino Granatiero. With Nino, you are getting over 35 years of business experience. You're getting someone who has held senior roles in private equity with publicly traded companies, Fortune 100 manufacturing. He's been with distribution. He is somebody who really is the epitome of what we're doing here when it comes to experiences and providing guidance. P&L leadership from 20 million to I think about $1.5 billion. When we think about the business units that he's led and worked with, distribution, OEM, direct to end user, online sales, the list goes on and on. He is somebody that if you are a chief executive, if you're in the C-suite, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you reflect on what it is that we're asking here, who is your sounding board? Who are you going to when potentially you maybe want to run an idea off somebody? You want to maybe get some advice. You maybe just want to discuss a problem, right? Who are you doing that today in confidence, with privacy, in an environment where, frankly, it's going nowhere, where there's no judgment, with somebody who has walked in those shoes and doesn't just listen, but also can give really sound feedback and advice as to what may or may not work based on the things that he's done and where he's been in his career. I am incredibly excited to align with Nino. I think that anybody who works with him is going to get just a plethora of feedback, of advice, and really anything in between that comes with having those kinds of roles. And I'm thrilled to have him on board. So Nino's entire background and achievements can be found on the Eels platform. And if you're interested in working with them, please don't hesitate to reach out.